assault.
Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is joeTRUEMARK and I am the Halo Enthusiast. Okay, so recently I feel very happy with myself. Why? Because I've joined the club. I've joined the Unfriggenbelievable club. Honestly, I didn't know if I was ever going to get this medal, and when I did I was just so excited. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture it while playing, so I had to use the theatre mode to capture what happened and my actual performance. Anyway, to be honest, there was an element of luck here. There was plenty of opportunities for the enemy to take me out, and some good play by my teammates, but man, it feels so good. So, the thing is, one thing I ask myself constantly is, am I good enough? Am I good enough to talk about Halo, to claim that I know what I'm doing? I'm getting older and I don't feel like I'm getting any worse, but maybe I am. So to get an achievement like this makes me think that I've got some skill, and that I've achieved a point in which I can talk about Halo. I'm not saying that you have to be good at a game to give a valid and accurate review. I totally believe that you can give a good analysis even if you suck. It's just for me, I don't think people would take on board what I have to say if I couldn't play the game well. And I hope that this video goes a small way in showing, if not to you, at least to myself, not to worry about that. So, this game was exclusively my play in a Mantis. I would have liked to have gotten this medal using a combination of ground combat, and maybe that will happen one day, but to get something like that I think is much more difficult. But to be honest, I'm just happy to get the medal at all. I think it takes the right kind of combination of teammates and enemy players to achieve something like this, and if I'm being honest, I think there is a huge element of luck to it as well. However, I think that this level is probably one of the easier maps to get this medal, and I'm going to share why I think that is. So, number 1, players spawn in a base that is easy to overrun. Number 2, power weapons and vehicles are easy to steal or destroy. Number 3, on objective-based games people play more aggressively and overstretch themselves at the beginning. Number 4, the map is too small and players can get boxed in easily. And number 5, not enough weapons to provide a suitable counter to vehicles. There seems to be a common problem with these BTB maps where players can ignore to play the objective and box players in at a base and completely annihilate them in a farming fashion that would make Warzone farmers look like hunter-gatherers in comparison. There are, in my opinion, lots of design choices that they could have implemented to avoid this, and in my opinion, a game should never be able to get to a state where each player on the opposing team roll with a 50+ kills and like 2 to 3 deaths apiece. That is telling me that there is something in the game that is broken and needs addressing. People like Big Team for its social and casual fun, but after certain times it is just team after team after team, and that's okay. But if you solo queue like I do, then it's pretty damn frustrating, especially when your teammates are green and they don't really know what they're doing. I don't have an aversion playing with newbies, and far from it, but the mode plays way too harshly, which to me, even as an experienced player, erodes the fun of the playlist when you are obviously getting organised teams together against newer players time after time again. Now, whether this mode is designed like this to push players into Warzone for microtransactions, I'll let you decide, but I have a few ideas of how they could fix BTB to make it more balanced and a bit more fun for everyone. So, what are my ideas, and how could they fix this problem? Okay, so to fix this problem, I do have a few ideas. So what we could possibly do is make the bases where you spawn more defendable and a bit bigger to give room to maneuver. Have more defensible positions, places to hide to get shields back up, or maybe even just have team shielded areas so you don't spawn into death. When the player respawns, maybe give them a small timed damage resistance boost or invulnerability for a short duration. Old school games do this, as does Destiny and Destiny 2. It is a proven method that works, so why not include it in Halo? And don't give me the "it's not realistic" argument, because let's be honest, there's not much about the game that is realistic. So this would give players half a chance for a few seconds rather than spawning into a downward spiral of constant death. Have the vehicles in the base and power weapons harder to steal. Okay, so how do we do this? So by making the bases more vast and more places to retreat to, we can have power weapons inside the base that only make it easier for the home team to get to. This gives you a fighting chance if things go south and gives an opportunity to pull the game back. The games that I have seen go the worst is when the enemy team still outright destroy your home vehicles. In this video I think I destroyed at least 3 unmanned vehicles. It was easy, it was too easy for this to happen, so make this harder for enemy players, like me in this scenario, and easier to put in the home team's hands, and I would have gotten a lot more resistance here, and probably wouldn't have done as much damage, which would most likely have affected the game outcome. Okay, so I have another idea, which is you need to have more power weapons available to fight back against enemy vehicles. So, this is a criticism about the amount of weapons that we have available to take them down. So limiting it to a few choices means that you have a much longer time to wait to get these game-changing guns. And I can tell you, if you are boxed in at your home base, then the respawn times can feel like forever. And usually these guns are either in the middle of the map or, you guessed it, easy to steal by enemy players. So if you're getting your butt handed to you because you have no vehicles to fight back with, it's about to get worse because now the enemy team has those weapons too. They should put more power weapons at a home base and make it easier for home players and harder for enemy players to get to, because if your team is getting trashed, then there is something you can do to get the fight more even. And lastly, I just want to talk about a concept, a concept about the direction in which I think Halo should move in. And I only want to brush on it here, but I have an idea that could change vehicle play to make it more balanced. Personally, I think the way that vehicles play in Halo 5 is unbalanced, and they are overpowered in certain aspects. I mean, there are other aspects where I think actually they need a buff, and I will get into that in another video. But personally, I think the fact that vehicles have unlimited ammo causes this unbalance. It allows a player to not worry about spamming their fire and getting cheap kills. If we had limited ammo on vehicles, then this poor enemy team, which I just trashed, would have had a chance to fight back against me, and I would have eventually have to withdraw, giving them a chance to regroup and fight back. I think Halo has gone through so many changes, and I understand that you may be like, limited ammo, what the hell are you saying? I thought you were in favour of classic Halo gameplay. But I personally think it could make the game more fun, and ultimately more strategic and rewarding for players that learn the game well, while also giving a chance to newbies. I think it is a concept that is something truly bold to try in modern multiplayer, because most games copy the Halo standard on vehicles with unlimited ammo. It would be fresh and innovative, and it would be a new challenge for players to learn. But I will explain this later in another video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, for now I'm just gonna leave you with the rest of the video so you can see me actually get the Unfriggenbelievable, but also to show you I got a few more kills after there, and just so that you can see the rest of it without me yabbering on. So enjoy, and I'll speak to you at the end of the video.
Enemy has the ball.
Rail in 10.
Ball out of bounds. Ball incoming. New ball spawn. We have the ball. Red carrier spot.
Railgun on the field.
Red carrier spot. In seat. Double kill. Enemy has the ball. Blue carrier spot. the ball. Enemy has the ball. Blue carrier spotted.
10 seconds to railgun.
Enemy has the ball. Blue carrier spotted. We have the ball.
Railgun is up.
We have the ball. Double kill. Enemy team score. Ball incoming. Game over. Red team wins.
I know it says defeat here, but the theatre mode is broken. Our team actually did win. If you have any doubt, I was on the red team. So, and I'm going to be pointing out here how many kills I got and looking painfully insecure. So, anyway, so time to wrap it up. So thank you for stopping by as always, and thank you for being awesome. Let me know what you think about issues raised in this video by putting them in the comments below. Also, I just want to talk about the promise I made to get to 5 million rec points for packs. This is my current progress on that, so back up to 1 million. Stay tuned. And also I have to say I'm working on some Warzone guides and bits and pieces, so hopefully I have those things available for you at some time in the future. I also want to apologise to people for not getting my content out as fast as other YouTubers, and I just want to say a big thank you for sticking with me. I'm going through some time, you know, it's hard bits, I suppose, aren't we all? But you know, it's affecting me to get content out, and I can't get it out as fast as I'd like, and with a full-time job it's just a never-ending struggle. But I do believe, however, that the wait will be worth it. So anyway, I'll see you next time, and just remember, take it easy, be good to each other, and play Halo. This is the Halo Enthusiast signing off and wishing you well in all things Halo.